Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be teaching us about badges and badges. They are ways we use to encourage our students. We use badges to motivate students. They are just like an electronic way to demonstrate that students have actually mastered a specific skill or task. And badges are awarded based on some criteria the student meets. So once a student meets a criteria, he is awarded badges or badge, and that can motivate them to always want to come back to your course. Because one thing we should know about this, our e-learning course creation, is that this is a robust system and it has virtually everything you can use to make your course interactive. It now depends on you, the course creator, how you can be innovative and skillful enough to give your students the best that they will always want to come, because the structure of your course matters. When they come to your course page and see scanty, they will not come back again because they feel there's nothing for them to learn or to engage them. Even if you just put one or two things, they won't get interested. So I've logged in, I've opened my sociology course as a teacher, and what I've done actually was to create a particular quiz. Are you with me now? And what you should know as a teacher, I'm going to turn on editing actually. Now, turning on editing, going straight to that quiz, I'm going to show you what I did when I was creating this quiz. I'm going to edit the settings of this quiz. I'm sure by now we all know how to create our quiz. So what I did was to give the quiz a name, give it a description. Now I'm going straight to the grade. Other settings you can touch out. On the grade, what I've done was to put it in a category, okay, which I created. For some of you on your course, you may not see any of these categories. You only see uncategorized, maybe because you've not created categories for your quiz. Then what I did here again was to click on grade to pass. This is quiz, not like assignment where you see what is the maximum grade. Here, when I go ahead to create the quiz now, I'm going to see where I have the maximum for my quiz, but I'm not going to see it here, okay, because I'm not creating the quiz here. What I'm creating is the container where the quiz would stay. So I've given, no, I think four is too, let me make it 7. So whoever gets 7 at least has passed that grade. But anybody that gets less than 7, no, I think 7 is too. Let me make it grade to pass. Let me make it 5. So whoever gets 5, because I'm going to make my maximum grade 10. So if you get 5 at least, you still pass because you only missed 1. So please, teachers, thank you. I know some of us have not been using this grade to pass. Even not in quiz alone, in our regular assignment, you may want to set your maximum to 20 and say, okay, your grade to pass will be 10. So let students have a feel that, oh, because in our grade book, we know red would always highlight those that fail, while green would highlight those that pass. So if this is set, grade to pass, when the students are seeing their grade book, they are going to be seeing color combinations of grades, because green will be highlighted for those that pass because of this pass mark, and those that get below this mark would be highlighted in red. So this is just what I need to set here. Go through other ones. Go through other ones and set them yourself. So with this, I'm going to click on save and return to course. I'm not attempting the quiz now. So with this done, now what we want to do is what I want to do or show you is to teach you how to create a badge. So when a student attempts this sociology quiz, once he or she gets that pass mark, the system would award that student a badge automatically, and that student will be happy. And you know, when you give he or she more quizzes to do, they would want to do them. Do you understand? So to add a badge quickly, teacher, what you're going to do while you're on your course, though it's not necessary you turn on editing, it's not a criteria to that. I don't need the editing. All I need here is to identify my badge here, my badges menu here. Click on it, and I have manage badge or manage badges. That's if I've created previous badges, and I can create a new badge. Okay, now what you should know is that badges are just like like I said earlier, they're electronic way to demonstrate. So what are those electronic means? Meaning they are like graphic icons that have been created. You could create them yourself if you are good in graphics, or but there are sites that will give you, you know, a lot of them that you could use for your own. Do you understand? So what I've done actually was to download some of these from this site. Okay, what you need to do, put in your full name, your email, and click download. It's going to download on your, you know, to your laptop. And if you're not getting it, you could click on this badges for enterprise, and I could click on any of this and right click and click on save image as. Okay, so that's that. Returning back to my course, oh sorry, returning back, I'm going to click on add a new badge. I'm going to give the badge a name. So here I could give it 5-star badge. Okay, 5-star badge. Then description, a version, though the ones with red and exclamation, that tells you it's required. So if you don't fill anything, computer won't allow you go, this system won't allow you continue. But these other ones without red, they are optional. So version, you could leave it, but you know, for the sake of tutorial, let me just put something 0.1. English language. Then description, you give it a good description. Oh, you're telling student that you earn a 5-star when you pass the quiz. When you pass the quiz, don't forget the word when you pass the quiz. And what is the pass mark I've set for that quiz? I've set 5 to be the pass mark. So 5 and above will earn this 5-star. Then below 5 will not earn anything. Okay, so this is where you put the image for the star or the badge you are trying to use. So you assume you've downloaded it on your laptop, so go and pick any the graphics people amongst us, check any website for badges, and save them on your laptop. So this I've done. So let me use this star, full star here for instance. So doing that or adding this, I click on upload this file. So when I upload the file, all these are informations you could put, but they are not required because they are not highlighted in red. But this name is important, so you could give your name there so the student know that you are the one issuing this badge. Your contact, you could check this question mark to see what it says, an email address associated with the badge issuer. So I'm going to put my email address. So after doing that, badge expiry. Now, do you want this badge to expire? So when the student gets this badge, maybe by passing that quiz, do you want this badge student to, you know, without being removed, or you want it to be relative date, whereby you say after the date of issue, 5 days after the date of issue, that badge would no longer be available on the student's profile, and the student will have to do another quiz to earn another badge. Do you understand? Or you could make it never. So I'm going to just leave it on never. So having filled all this information, I'm going to click on create badge. Okay, I'm going to click on create badge. Now I've created the badge. That's not all. Don't forget, when I was introducing the badge concept, I said they are always awarded based on criteria. So what criteria are you giving? Upon clicking on create badge, it took me and opened this criteria tab. We all have different tabs like overview, edit details, criteria, message, up to the last end. So I'm going to go back to overview just to show you. Overview gives you information about what you call the badge, the the description, when you created it, the image I chose, the contact I gave. Now you can even navigate from here. If I click on add criteria, it takes me to this particular tab. Okay, so this is just an overview. For edit details, so if I have to correct some things, this second menu or tab would help me change that. Maybe I don't want to use this picture again. I would use that file. Do you understand? Now, criteria, this is the main thing here. So on what criteria am I giving this badge? I'm going to say when a particular activity is completed. We have different style. We have manual issue by the role. We have course completion when the student completes this sociology course. Okay, so course completion is different from activity completion. Course completion is the overall, okay, let's say English, at the end of the term, that student has completed that course. But for activity, I'm giving classwork, I'm giving quiz, those ones are activities specific to that course. So I'm going to click on activity completion, and the system will load and bring me to all the activities I have on my course. So once I need to do is to enable the one I want to use. So I'm going to click on this particular one and leave others. If I want them to finish 2 activities before that badge is awarded to them, I can say, okay, they must also finish this. So I've given 2 criteria now. They must, and they must also complete or pass this assignment. Are you with me now? But for this case, I'm going to make it only quiz. Now this other option, this criterion is complete when all the activities I'm going to choose here are completed, or any of the selected activity. So if I've chosen 2, for instance, and I make this criterion any, then it's if I pass this or I pass this, either this or this. But if I say all, then this student must pass both this and this that I have selected here. Do you understand? So I'm going to leave it on any, even it's going to make no difference because I'm not choosing more than one. So I want the student to pass this quiz. You can also enable completion, like enable these dates, when they are going to complete this quiz. But I'm going to leave that. Now description, you could add a description and just you could just give them a description. Congrats upon passing the sociology. Just be free to put something here, something like that. Okay, then you click on save. Once you're done with that, you click on save. Now having saved it, now look at the badge criterion successfully created. Now I have another tab here called message, though they are not necessary. This is the message that will be displayed to the students. Oh, congratulations, you just earned a badge, you have been awarded a badge, sociology, things like that. So you don't need to touch anything here. Recipient is for students that have earned your badge. So because you've just created this badge, no student have earned this badge yet. So when students start earning the badge and you come to your badges, you will see students that have qualified and have earned the badge. Endorsement, is there any endorsement you want to give? So take your time to an endorsement from a third party. Is anybody endorsing this? Okay, I can say, okay, Grenville School is the endorser name, email address info at grenvilleschool.com. Then issuer URL, okay, https www.grenvilleschool.com. Okay, now date issued, leave it on this date 29. Don't worry. Claim URL, okay, what's going to be the claim URL? Let me use this same URL here. Endorsement comments, you can put anything there. So once I'm done with endorsement, who is endorsing this a badge that you are giving to your students. So let's assume Grenville. If you have external body that is endorsing it, put their name there so it looks more. So I'm going to click on save changes. Now saving changes, that's that. Related badges, any other badge that is related to this, and so that's all. Now what you need to understand here before we end this is there's a message here saying this badge is currently not available to users. So enable access if you want users to earn this badge. So meaning it's not yet available to them because I'm still working. But if I click on enable now, I would not be able to edit anything. That is the issue. That is why you still need to do a final enabling here. So since I'm done with all the settings, I'm going to click on enable access. So once I click on enable access, you're going to read this confirmation message. This will make your badge visible to users and allow them to start earning it. It is possible that some users already meet this badge criteria and will be issued this badge immediately you enable it. Again, once a badge has been issued, it will be locked. Are you with me now? Certain settings, including criteria, expiry settings, can no longer be changed. So since I'm sure now, I'm going to click on continue. Now I'm done setting up this badge, and let's go to the student end. Let's go to the student end, and I'm going to log. This is the student end. Yes, I'm going to refresh my page. Now this student, okay, let me log into this student. Now logging on from the student end. When the student comes to a particular course or even checks his from his profile, from his home page or dashboard, goes to preferences, the student can see the preferences here. We have user account, we have blogs, and we have badges. So from here, the student could manage the badges they've earned so far. But if I click on manage badge, you see that the system is saying there are no badges available. So these students have not earned any badge. So let's see what happens. I'm going to click on sociology. I'm going to click on sociology, and I'm going to attempt the quiz that has been given by the teacher, and yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on the quiz as a student, and I'm going to click on attempt quiz now. So now, what is the meaning of GVS? Oh, great. Oh, very simple. Grenville School. Good. Next page. The next question. Grenville is a British school. True or false? Okay. True. I'm going to click on finish attempt. Now, once this student finished, I'm going to click on submit all and finish. Are you sure? Yes. Now, on the student end, take a look at it. Great job. The student got everything. Look at the comments. You started the quiz on Wednesday. I finished it. I didn't, the time didn't cut me out. Then I used 27 seconds to complete it. I got 2 out of 2, which is 100%. Fantastic. So what a student is going to do once he or she is done, I'm going to finish review. Okay. Now it's done. Oh, 10 over 10. That's good. Fantastic. What I'm going to do quickly, if I'm a student, is to go to my badges to see if I've earned any badge. Oh, fantastic. This has now appeared. This wasn't here before. So far, number of badges available, 1. I earned 5-star badge because I passed this quiz. Now, congrats upon passing the sociology quiz. Users are awarded this badge when they complete the following. And what is it? The date that it was issued to me was 29. Okay, so let's see if I could see it here on my preferences, where all my badges will be appearing. Now, oh, my badges from Grenville School website. This is it here. This is it. I've earned this badge. I could download it, download everything, and I could connect. So yeah, 5-star badge, download as a student. So this student has downloaded it, and it's completed. Now as a student, once I double click to open it, it's going to come out as zip file. then what the student will need to do is to, oh, my WinRAR expired, oh gosh. Okay, so what the student will need to do is, this is the badge here, double click on it, and this is it. Wow. So if you can customize it for the graphics and people among us, you could get the badges that are even more finer than. So I think that's all. The student can see the badge. Then from the teacher's end, if I click on badges, now look at it now. This is the teacher now. Okay, these are the badges I've created. Okay, now, okay, so from this end here, you could see the badges you've created as a teacher. And let me see, manage badges. Okay, these are the 2 badges I've created. This one is available to user. This one, I'm sure I had not made this available to user. So you can keep adding badges here, and any student that meets that criteria would get the badge. Is that understood? So that's how we encourage our students to get more interested in your course, to always want them to come back, So if I'm to see badges now, I click on manage badges. I could manage my badges from here, and click on it, and I could see from here now, I could see recipients. So from here I could come to see those that have qualified, or those that actually now Michael. So if I have another student that have taken the quiz, I would see their names here. So those student names that are not here, I would know that they didn't meet that criteria. So if I want my best students, I could get them from here. Do you understand? So all you just do from your teacher's end, you click on badges, click on manage badges, and click, and now you can see from here recipients 1 so far. So click on it, on this one, and it takes you to see the student that earned your badge. So I think I'm going to end this video here. Thank you for your time, and see you some other time.